In this video, we want to take a look at references and citations. In the end, we want our document to look like this. Here we have two direct quotes. We want them to appear like this in our quote style with a citation behind them. At the end of our document, we want to have the bibliography and we want our sources to be in there. And also at the top in our table of contents, we want the bibliography to appear. So this is what we will try to achieve in this video. So at first we want to take a look at citations, and for this we need something to quote in our document. So we will now add a quote. So this is just normal text, and now we go to styles and apply the quote style. Of course, depending on the style that you're supposed to use or just your preference, you can create your own quote style or redesign this, but I will just use the quote style we have right here. We go to the References tab, to the Citations and Bibliography ribbon, and first of all, in the Styles button, we choose the style we want the bibliography and citation to appear. You have some styles you can choose from. I will choose the APA style. And now we go to Insert Citation, Add New Sources. And first of all, we choose the type of source. It's a book. Then we go to the language, which is English. We add the information of the book. Now that you've added the information, you can also click this, Show All Bibliography Fields, and you will have more fields to fill, but the first ones are the most important ones. So now we go to OK, and we see that a citation was added to our quote. Also, when we now go to Insert Citation, we will find the source we added before, and also if we go to Manage Sources, we can see all the sources we ever added in our master list, and in the current list we see the ones we currently use in the document. And you can edit your information by doing this. You can create a new one, copy, delete everything. We still need the page number, so we go to this, click the little arrow and do Edit Citation, and now we can add the pages that our quote is from. So in this case it's page 1. Now we will do the same thing with an online source, and we will go to References, Insert Citation and Add New Source. Now we have an article on a website, so we choose Document from Website. So now we have the citation for our online quote. So basically what you need to do to have correct quotes and citations in Word is to define a quote style. For example, like this style, you can create them here. Then you need to create a citation, and you do this by choosing your style, and afterwards you go to Insert Citation, you add your source, and then at least in your text you're done. Also, you can add a placeholder to your quote if you don't really have the source on hand right now or want to do it later. And now we go to References, Insert Citation and Add New Placeholder. So we can just call a placeholder 1. And then in the end, when you have the source, you can do a right click and go to Edit Source, do your source and edit citation for the pages, and there you have it. So now that we have our quotes and sources in our document, we want to create a bibliography or references. The difference is that in references you list all sources you have cited in your document, but in a bibliography you can list all sources that you use to gather information about your topic. So not necessarily only the ones that you cited. So we will go to the end of our document. We will quickly insert a page break. We go to the Reference tab, to the Citations and Bibliography ribbon, and go to Bibliography. So here you have some pre-built styles for bibliographies or references or works cited, but you can also do it without a heading and just do Insert Bibliography and you will get the raw information. But we will choose a bibliography style. So we apply this and we have our done bibliography. Clicking on this, you can update the citations and bibliography as soon as you made changes, add something, deleted something in your document, or you can go here and change the style or appearance of the bibliography. And it's important, if you already have a table of contents at the top of your document, you want the bibliography to appear there. So we go there, we go to the table of contents and do update entire table. And now we have our bibliography appearing in the table of contents. Now we will manage footnotes and endnotes. So footnotes appear on the bottom of the page and endnotes come at the end of the whole document. First of all, we will go to our text where we want the reference to the footnote to appear. Then we go to Insert Footnote. And now we can write what we want to have in our footnote. And afterwards we can simply return to our text. To insert an endnote, we simply do the same steps besides clicking on Insert Endnote. And now you see that we went to the end of our document and now we can do an endnote. If you click on the number or symbol in front of your foot or endnote, you will automatically jump to the point in your document where you placed the reference. To convert a footnote to an endnote, you simply click on the text of the footnote, do a right click with your mouse and select Convert to Endnote. Now you will see that the footnote went to the end of the document to the endnotes. And also the other way around, we can convert an endnote into a footnote. We can also do this by doing a right click with the mouse and selecting Convert to Footnote. And now we found the endnote on the same page that we put our mark. To delete a foot or endnote, you simply click right behind the reference in the text and just press delete on your keyboard 2 times and it's gone.